Right, so I thought I'd throw a quick video together. I initially wanted to do this on the balcony, but it's Thailand and it's very hot, so I brought it into the safety of the bedroom. This year was our lightest pack for Thailand. We've been coming to Thailand with backpack carry-on luggage only for maybe 5-6 years, and we've got it down to, I think, a fine T. These are the essentials that I've kind of come to the conclusion that you need if you're traveling for Thailand. Some of these rules may pass on somewhere else, but I want to get straight into it, no messing around. First thing you need is a good backpack. Some of the flights we've been on has been a 7-kilo limit, so you need to think about the weight of the bag. This is a very light bag. It's also very big. There's lots of different compartments. There's a laptop compartment. There's the main compartment where your clothes can go. And then there's a top compartment which is equal size to the clothes compartment. And this has all my accessories in. And then there is another zip and it's blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. Lots of storage for quick access. This is also has a waterproof kind of material, which is good if you're traveling in Thailand and it's rainy season, you're going to get wet. And that brings us on to something that you might need if you're doing a lot of backpacking around, which is a Mac, something you can just throw on. Now, first time I bought one of these, it was in Bangkok and it was in a shop called Daiso, which is a Japanese brand, ridiculously cheap, kind of like £1.50, 7 dirhams, whatever, 70 baht, very cheap. Something that you might find is essential. Next thing is, recently, this one. I suffered from dengue fever last year, coming back from Thailand. This is essential. This hotel room we're in now has lots of mosquitoes, so we've been combating the damn things since we got here. But this brings on to the next thing, which is, and I haven't got a picture of it, this is what we put the mosquito repellent into. So I was very careful to do my research and find what I could find was the best mosquito repellent. I'm going to put a picture of it on the screen. Unfortunately, it was slightly bigger than the carry-on limit, so I bought some of these bottles, decanted it into these, and then that's problem solved. But again, this is all about traveling as light as possible. These are all now empty, so I'm going to go back home potentially even lighter. This brings us on to things like this. Sun cream, small packs, again, mini size. You can get these. The first thing to say is that most of the things that you think you will need, you can buy very easily and very cheaply in the pharmacies and 7-Elevens. They're all over the place, unless you're in a very remote area. And even then, you're always going to find some kind of 7-Eleven. And they usually have counters and sections with small travel products. This brings us on to something else that's small that we don't travel with and buy when we get here, which is washing powder. Because we wash our own clothes, you have the option of doing laundry, which is very cheap, but we just wash and go. And that brings us on to the next thing, which is pegs and a piece of rope. This is a new addition because it's something, where are we going to put our clothes? And we're always hanging them over things, hanging them on hangers. This time we brought a rope and pegs. Very light, very cheap. Baby wipes. Why do you need baby wipes? We haven't got any babies. It's for our bottoms because Thailand is renowned for its festive bottoms. Without fail, we don't really get food poisoning, but things move very freely. And when you come to Thailand, a lot of times, you're not going to find the same level of toilet as you might in a lot of other countries. A lot of the places you go to don't even have toilet paper. So we often carry a roll of folded up toilet paper and wet wipes. You can also use these when you're out, because we do a lot of walking and moving and we want to go from one place to the next. You can use them to give yourself a bit of a wipe and a bit of a clean, freshen up. Essential. But I wouldn't take them with me, I would buy them here. Alright, this is what I bring with me, a first aid kit. In this I've kind of adapted this to my own needs. There's a nasal spray in case I get a cold on the flight, although I did buy this in Thailand and this has been travelling around with me. Because nothing makes you feel like you've got a cold more than having a blocked up nose. Nasal spray opens everything up, you can breathe, you feel a lot better. This is needle and thread. I'm always ripping something, I'm always tearing something. The needle comes in very handy. Yesterday Jen had to dig away at my foot because it stepped on some kind of tiny little kind of like twig from a bush or something. It stuck in my foot. With these, she dug it out. Now stupidly, the thing I would say always put in, which I normally do, is a pair of tweezers. Tweezers and a needle come in super handy. I didn't bring tweezers this time for some reason. I think I left them on the side, but normally I always bring tape, medical tape. These are antiseptic bandages. This is a sting relief, and then we've got some plasters in there as well of different sizes. Just a handy little kit, small, very light. This essential. Often you go to places in Thailand, they'll have plugs in unusual areas, like not near the bed. In this place, they're near the bed, but a lot of the places we've been to, they're miles away. They're over the other side of the room, and they often only have one. So this is a travel adapter. Every different setting you can think of is on there. And also it has a series of USB attachments on there. So this comes in very handy if we're having to share a charger. We just have extra wires. A game changer this year for us is the 120 watt phone chargers, which literally supercharges your phone charging time. So you're always filming stuff, you're always on the move. Oh, I've only got 20 minutes. You go in, you've got 50-60% of your power back. Very good. Next, again, we don't buy these things here. Before we travel, we buy them here because it saves traveling without them. They're small, they're light. When we travel around Thailand, we're often going from one place to the next, one place to the next. And these just make it easier to get them instead of traveling with them. What are you saying? What was it? Oh yeah, shampoo and conditioner. Not for me, I've only got any hair. They're for Jen. What else? These are something we usually pick up along the way, mini toothpastes. But again, you can get a small travel toothpaste, but we usually pick these up from the hotel kind of welcome kits because they're always handy to have in your bag in case you go somewhere that's a bit more remote and doesn't have toothpaste. All right, there's a couple of other things to go to, which are on my phone, my notes. All right, we've covered this one, that one, that one. Bag, rack. Oh no, I think that's it. I think I'm done. I'm very good. I've got everything I needed. Right, one thing I forgot to mention, keeping my voice down, is one of these. I call it a rag. This is like one of these kind of. It comes in so handy. I've used it so many times. Swatting flies, drying seats, cleaning drip stains off my seat. Using this, you wet these things, flap them around. They're a cooling effect. Always take a rag, you will use it numerous times, I guarantee it. The one thing to add to this is why we're travelling lighter and lighter and lighter is that we're realising we need less and less clothes. Maybe one day we'll be walking around naked, I don't know. But we bring less and less, like I bring 3 t-shirts, 3 to 4 pairs of shorts, and a couple of shirts. And I bring, oh my God, 3 pairs of underpants and 3 sets of socks. That's what the washing stuff is for. But it makes your travel load so much lighter. Most of my weight is technology, is the camera, the tripod, my other camera, my other phone, tablets, all that kind of stuff. Clothes in Thailand you can buy ridiculously cheaply, and they're the kind of things that I don't want to be, throwing things away. But if you travel light, you often find that at the end of it, you're still very light because you use up all your fluids, all your liquids, you end up going away a bit lighter. We buy clothes as we travel, so it takes away the pressure. Basically, Thailand, everything you want, you will get in the shops, so there's no need to stress about things. The most important thing is make your travel load as light as possible. As long as you've got money, as long as you've got your travel documents, everything else is fine.